It's Week 18 of the National Football League. We'll see the dynamic Justin Fields. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Jets and the Jaguars, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
Here now to get us started is Logan Cook, and we are underway from MetLife Stadium. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with second and a couple. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. That one a first down pickup of 8. The Jets at 9-7 now on the year. And they've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And let's remember that last week that this offense, they played about as well as they possibly could play. Touchdown after touchdown. They were absolutely
nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Trayvon Walker. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Back to throw. Fields. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Antonio Johnson breaks up the throw. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. You look at this Jaguar defense. Against the pass, they've had some issues, ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Give to Hall running right. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll go again with Hall. Heck of a broken tackle, but only able to work this down near the 23. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Here's Fields. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Hall on a give up the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Here's a give to Hall. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. Fields. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jets get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And You see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. Well, now how about this return? And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
The word is potential, potential, potential. Think about this guy from the time he was in high school, one of the top prospects going to college, coming out of college, mentioned as a generational type quarterback. He looks the part. Tall, big arm, surveys the field, and can take off and run when under duress.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, second down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On second down, Etienne once more. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Now Lawrence to throw. He'll drop that underneath to Etienne. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Open man, this is Brenton Strange, the tight end. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down. This defense for the Jets, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
Here's Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Ball on the 39. Here's second down and 2. Lawrence will throw. A short throw there to Strange. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching.
Lawrence hit and the ball is free, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. The Jets offense and Breece Hall headed out onto the field. And he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Now Hall to start the drive. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Hall again on second down. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time. Fields now to throw. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be second down. Here's Fields. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. That is caught, and he is going to have a Jets first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Again, Fields. This complete to Corley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw. Fields. And the pressure gets to him again. Josh Hines-Allen. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. And they'll bring out Anders Carlson now to try the field goal. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will extend their lead even further. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And that's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
That one out wide and intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
New York set to take the field. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Fields. That's complete right side to Lazard. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, here's Fields. Finds Lazard quickly on the slant. And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Looking to throw. Fields. Touchdown, Jets. From 8 yards out. And the Jets are able to extend their lead.
Now that touchdown won't allow you to totally relax, but you can breathe a little easier now. Just increased their lead.
Now Carlson for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it ends with a Jet touchdown. Carlson back out there now to send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. This ball caught by Strange. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
They'll run. It's Etienne. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. So still 14 yards to go, second down. They run the option left with Lawrence. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Lawrence. That's complete. It's Brian Thomas. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Logan Cook to punt for Jacksonville. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. The home team's offense and quarterback Justin Fields heading back out there. And this defense has got to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in this first half that's really giving him fits. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Here's a 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Fields. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. A shotgun snap. Fields. Pass complete. He's got Lazard on the out route. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. Now 2nd and 3. Now Fields. And he'll find Hall. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. A handoff for Hall. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, just like last play.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Here's a 2nd and 8. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 38-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Back to the ground with Hall. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning.
Here we go. Good. Go.
From the 36, Fields. That's complete to Lazard. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 20-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. To throw is Fields. And Lazard's got it again. And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Out of the gun, Fields. And he will find his man on the outside. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Fields throwing again. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Jets go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Jags going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Looking to throw, Lawrence. This will be caught by Brown. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a first down. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now Lawrence. Now throw right side here going to be incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And this one is right through. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
We got an excellent first half from the dynamic quarterback, Justin Fields. He connected on 3 touchdown passes in those first 2 quarters as his guys have built up a sizable lead here at the break.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And the Jacksonville offense on their way out again as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. Well, here we sit, Week 17. Just one more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move and improve your spot or jump in from the outside, Charles, you better make that move now.
And these final games are often a good barometer for all those teams fighting for position or a wild card spot. They have to be able to get the job done these last 2 weeks before things get even tougher when the playoffs officially begin.
Encroachment defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. And they'll go again with Etienne. And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Lawrence running right on the option. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Just more frustration here offensively, and you can see it in their play and now in their body language. You know they were hoping to put a drive together to begin this 3rd quarter. But it's just not clicking right now. And it's going to be a quick call to the punt team.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And the Jets will take over. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Hall again on 2nd down. And he's got room. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 65 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now it's Fields. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. 2nd and 7. Fields rolling to his left. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. Back to throw. Fields. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Devon Hamilton able to get him for a loss of about 3.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10. Here's Fields. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 17-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
All right. Hurry up, hurry up.
A give running right is Hall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Defensively, maybe a little too fired up there for a 3rd down stop.
Remember in preseason when we were going to camps and watching people, they worked on this, right? In the heat of the summer, still did it anyway.
So now then the penalties got him set up with a 1st and goal. In motion, the tight end. Fields now to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of...
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Justin Fields, a 3-yard touchdown run, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Carlson's extra point up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. The last series for him a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Etienne up the middle. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has now allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Here's Fields. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that's complete to Etienne out of the backfield. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now Lawrence. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Lawrence will throw. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brian Thomas, 40 yards. And the Jags are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 76 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Here's Hall again. And not much room to speak of. He'll get about 3 up to the 41.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. He gets it underneath to Hall. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That's going to bring up fourth down. Only a gain of 2 there.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Here's Lawrence to throw. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's second down. Now Lawrence to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Washington. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Lawrence. And that will be incomplete. It was Quincy Williams with a tight coverage there.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
False start. Offense.
A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. It's a throw again is Lawrence. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. His whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most is the loss.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Looking to throw, Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Lawrence. Over the middle, open is Thomas. So the completion good for 6 yards. 3rd and 7 now. Now Lawrence. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
4th down. Here's Lawrence. And he will be out of bounds, well shy of the marker. So that's a turnover on downs. Great job defensively. So the magic runs out, so to speak. They were 3 for 3 on 4th down conversions, now 3 for 4.
So the defense finally gets to exhale.
Yeah.
Because they were wondering, 3 for 3 getting converted on 4th down. That percentage is way high. They hadn't stopped them at all. Finally, they get a stop. They can get to the sidelines now and rest a little bit.
Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. This now a 3rd and 4. To throw is Fields. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. A short throw taken in by Long.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on fourth. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Hey, Ron!
Lawrence going to throw again. A short throw there to Strange. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down. Back to throw again. And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Will McDonald just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for the Giants, they get that important 10th win to finish the regular season at 10-7. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they will indeed limp to the finish line, unfortunately, as they close out a 6-11 campaign. And this is a team that has a few good pieces in place, but could stand to get deeper and younger all around.